Hello and welcome back to the cheat run. Hopefully today's episode is going to be a little bit more refined than the first one. I feel like in the first one I was just straight talking absolute shit and I didn't know what I was going on about and I didn't explain much very fluently. But hopefully today's episode is going to be a little bit refined. As I said, my goal for this episode is to get to the personal dimension, hopefully. I want to get out of this fucking stone box. I feel like a prisoner. It's just terrible. I also want to make 2x2 drawers instead of just 1x1 drawers because I feel like I'm just wasting space here on my wall of items that I've got infinitely on the wall. I'm probably going to go through... Aluminium's going to be easy because I just need to build an EBF, so I just need to make invert. The components I only need to craft once. The Certus quartz I already have. The machines are going to be very easy to get. As soon as I get one piece of something, I'm going to just, I'm just going to print it off. So yeah, I'll be back to you with an updated quest book and we'll see where we are. Maybe there'll be a little bit of footage in between, but we'll see. Hello? Fuck off. So what you saw there was a little bit of music going over what I was doing. The song actually ended before I wanted to finish putting the clips together, so I thought, fuck it, why not just give you another song? And instead of giving you some hardcore rock shit again, I'm going to give you a classic threefold song. My editing's not that good, but I still hope you enjoy it anyway, because there's still a little bit more crafting to do.
Sometimes I think they're right, honey. Sorry for the tears in your eyes. Hey, love, forgive me just one more try. Used to hide myself away in the night, looking for trouble and fights, looking for answers at the bottom of my glass. You found me lost in the night, looking for trouble and fights, but you found me. No, I'm a screw up, but baby, I'm glad you're someone to rely on, someone to rely on. No, I'm a screw up, but baby, I could be someone to rely on, someone to rely on. 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 Hey baby, I'm calling. Hey baby, just please pick up the phone. Hey baby, I'm calling. I'm drunk, can you please pick up? No, I'm a screw up, but baby, I'm glad you're someone to rely on, someone to rely on, someone to rely on. No, I'm a screw up, but baby, I could be someone to rely on, someone to rely on. No, I'm a screw up, but baby, I'm glad you're someone to rely on, someone to rely on. No, I'm a screw up, but baby, I could be someone to rely on, someone to rely on, someone to rely on, someone to rely on.
All right, so I've done a little bit of a setup here with some solar boilers. I don't know how well this is going to run, but I have 6 open to the sky. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug 4 steam turbines into here, and I'm going to connect it to the EBF, and then hopefully the EBF will be perfectly ready to rumble and make some gallium arsenide crystals. Alright, so I spent a little bit of time in creative with stuff that we've had before, like silver, glass, stuff like that. So I've been able to make some solar boilers. I've put them along here. I've got 6 of them with 2 reservoirs because we have water and I didn't really have a way to have infinite water, so I decided to make a reservoir, which I can't actually make, but it's just infinite water source basically with these 2 water tanks. Anyways, we've got one half pulling into 2 turbines and another half pulling into 2 turbines. These are separated, so there's no extra loss between the 2 cables. So there's only one. There should only be 1 EU loss here. So this should be pulling 31. This is also 31. So that's 62 plus 62 is 124. Maybe I can add another one just to maybe have actual 128 EU per tick, which is 1 amp of MV, but most of the EBF recipes, for example, the gallium arsenide crystal is 120. If I go and just double check, yeah, this is 120 EU per tick, so this should be okay for MV power. We're gonna see how it holds up, and I'm gonna have to remind myself to sleep at night time. But yeah, that's the progress update so far, and let's go see if we can smelt some gallium arsenide crystals. Alright, I've just slept, so the solar boilers should still be running at max heat. Perfect. All of these should be full, which seems to be the case. So we're going to press start on here and see if this works. There we go. And the turbines, they are losing quite a bit of steam. Yeah, this could be a problem, but we'll see if the EBF decides to flicker or not. I'm going to hope and pray that... never mind. Well, I'll be back to figure this one out. Right, I have updated the pipes to potent pipes, which have a very much faster steam capacity, much faster throughput of steam. So we're going to give this another go, see if this perhaps solve the problem of steam. It looks like it seems as if this is pumping steam perfectly, so there's no backlog of steam falling out of the turbines. And yeah, same for all 4 of them. So it was just a pipe problem. So this should, fingers crossed, finish this crystal recipe, and we should be able to progress a little bit further. So I've currently got these quests done. You've probably seen all of these get chinged off. But the next is we want to get down to here. We want to go towards the diodes and the next circuit, and also the basic circuit assembler. But we won't really need the circuit assembler because we're only going to use it once and then put the circuits on complete, you know, on the drawers. And it looks like the recipe finished. There we go, gallium arsenide crystal. Okay, so now that I have this EBF running, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a single piece of aluminium dust into the EBF. And we're going to cook the one singular piece of aluminium dust. These should all be fine with steam. There's a few that are just heating back up. But the speed of these solar boilers should be completely fine. So we're going to plug this back in. It should be circuit 1 for aluminium. Oh, I need Canthor. Okay, so we will see what we need to do to cook aluminium. Okay, so it looks like I can just do this, which is placing a bit of aluminium dust into the smeltery, and I'm going to make a raw aluminium, and this could be EBF'd into just a regular piece of aluminium within 75 seconds. So it's quite a long time. It's about 15 seconds longer than the gallium arsenide crystal, so I'm probably going to let these buffer up steam a little bit before I do it. And yeah, bearing in mind we do have to just be careful of avoiding any recipes, because if I don't get the item, I can't put it on the wall. There's a few things like I have done here, like with water and potent, but it's a cheated run at the end of the day. I get to change the rules whenever I want, but I am trying to keep it as normal as possible when it comes to making fresh ingots and you know, other stuff like that. Like there was a point where I was considering going to the Twilight Forest to get cryolite and alumina, but it turns out I can just do this. So we're going to let these buffer up first. So I'm going to actually turn this off, and I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to let these buffer up with steam first of all. I'm going to let all these get to 32,000 liters, and then I'm going to turn the EBF on, and we're going to get one piece of aluminium. So I'll be back when I'm comfortable enough to start this EBF. Alright, the aluminium is going. Hopefully it's going to last, because I have let all these steams spit out. Like, one of them's bottlenecked here. These 2 are going to be next. It's going to be tight. We're going to see. I configured all these pipes to go into the steam turbine, so there shouldn't be a problem at all. Ooh, let's hope and pray. Let's hope and pray. It looks like it's about to finish, and there it is. Aluminium. Straight onto the wall, straight into my inventory, and there's a quest. Perfect. Right, so my next task is going to be to make these diodes. I do have the gallium arsenide crystal, which I can just break down, but I can also make this into... yeah, I can break this down with a macerator, which is going to be completely fine. After that, we're going to make the diodes, and then we're going to move into making the better circuits, and then we're going to have infinite MB circuits. So yeah, I'll be back when I've made all of that. There we go. We have some diodes, and these are now going to go onto the wall over here. There we go. Then we have diodes. There we go. MV circuits, 2.5 billion of them. Let's go. So now that we've done that, all we need to do is make the chemical reactor, which is down here, which is not too hard at all. We just need some tin rotors, which I can just give myself one. What else do we need? 2 LV circuits, 2 tin wires, a machine hole. That's an input bus. Machine hole, Two pieces of glass and a motor. So motor, my glass is over here in the corner. And we should just be able to make this chemical reactor. There we go. I'm going to pop this here. And with that, that should unlock the MV page right here. So yeah, we are now officially in MV. Let's see what we can do with this quest book. And there we have rubber for our copper cables. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take these empty cells. I'm going to make them universal so I don't burn myself. Take some of these. I'm going to take all of this out. I'm going to put this in. Put this on circuit 24. Grab some copper cables, which should be over here. Coat a singular bit of copper cable. Gonna take my wrought iron plates from over there and I'm gonna put them on the wall over here. I feel like that's gonna be a lot easier to look at. So there's the, okay, that's not a place. Plates, cables, we're gonna take 8 of these. Oh, we're just gonna take a stack of everything, why not? And let's make the machine hole. And I need a wrench, which is in my toolbox. It's right here. Let's make the machine casing. Let's make the machine hole. And there we go. We are now in MV. I know at the start of the episode, I said I would hope that we would be getting into the rocket and go into space, but I feel like I'm going to take this one voltage tier at a time. We've gone through Steam to LV last episode, and we've gone from LV to MV this episode. So I think I'm going to end this episode here and come back tomorrow with some more. It might not be tomorrow, it might be at the start of next week because I am away for the weekend, but hopefully I can go into HV and beyond next episode. So yeah, I really appreciate all the feedback that I got from the first episode. There was a lot of things I needed to touch up on, which I think I've done this episode fairly well. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next one.